this is Michelle Marie McGrath, your host for the Unclassified Woman Podcast series. Today, this is just a brief episode where I'd like to share with you my reasoning and intention behind creating this podcast series that I've been dreaming about for a few years now. Finally, I've got my act together and I'm trusting that it's absolutely the perfect time. Unclassified Woman is for women who don't have or don't intend to have children, but do intend to create a meaningful life that they love. Unclassified Woman gives voice to the millions of women who aren't easily heard over the mother-focused mainstream media. Part myth-busting, part inspirational story sharing, the podcast series will feature women living meaningful lives, sharing their experiences and insights while questioning the expectations of women everywhere. I have a dream that one day, women who don't have children, for whatever reason, no longer have to endure the unfair judgments placed upon them. My hope for these women, of which I'm one, is that their worth isn't measured by their ability to birth children or their desire, but rather by their ability to birth their true desires and contribute their gifts to the world. It seems that once a woman reaches a certain age in our society with no children in sight, there tends to be a lot of intrusive questioning. You know the questions I'm talking about, I'm sure, such as, are you infertile? Who's going to look after you when you're older? Why don't you have kids yet? Are you a lesbian? Isn't that a bit selfish? Have you been too focused on your career? Well, you better hurry up, hey? It's so common to hear about these sorts of conversations all the time. And I know from personal experience, I've been on the receiving end of them more times than I care to remember. It's common to encounter confusion, criticism, judgment, or even pity without knowing if there's anything to be sorry about. Now, with almost 25% of women over 40 child-free by choice or childless through circumstance, it seems ridiculous that as women, we still have to justify our decision about why we're not mothers. And if you also don't have a partner right now, you're probably also sick of being asked questions such as, how's your love life? Found Mr. Right yet? Well, perhaps it's time you lowered your standards a bit, because you're running out of time really, aren't you? I'm here to remind you that your time is actually yours to claim. And what if your life is not actually about conforming to the traditional paradigms in our society? What if you're here to break the mold and explore the unlimited creative potential within you? What if you're here to do something completely different and equally important and amazing that brings passion and purpose not only into your life, but into the lives of those around you? Wouldn't that be amazing? And it's completely possible. The reality is that as a society, we still tend to over-celebrate mothers juggling it all and under-celebrate women who, whilst not mothers, have created lives of purpose and service. Ever notice that a mother is never asked, why did you have a child? But the reality is, when a woman is childless or child-free for whatever reason, and there are so many, she's subjected to questions that ultimately boil down to one dangerous assumption. What is your value beyond being a mother? Now, let's face it, from, as soon as we're born and we start off at school, we're conditioned by Disney. We're sold that Hollywood dream, boy meets girl, gets married, have a family, etc., etc. But what if that's not your reality? Every woman's life is equally valid and sacred, whether she's a mother or not. I know this is true. I remember as a young girl, I never had a burning desire to have children. I was completely open to the possibility and I enjoyed children, but I was never 100% convinced that it was the only option for me. I felt as though it was just one of many paths and possibilities that were available to me. And I did feel a resistance to having children that I couldn't explain. Or more accurately, the resistance I felt was to the expectation that that's definitely what I would do. Fast forward many years later to my marriage, and I did feel a mounting pressure and expectation from our families, but I remained philosophical about it. I now believe that the molar pregnancy I endured was the catalyst for my marriage to end. And whilst I didn't realise this at the time, this disappointment and divorce really set me on my true path. It was really a gift. And over the last 15 years, I've really been on a journey of deep self-inquiry, which led me to where I am today. I'm happily unclassified. I'm fulfilled, creating life on my own terms. I remember many years ago, before my journey into self-love, I was constantly looking outside of myself for answers, exhausted by listening to the opinions of others and ignoring my own intuitive wisdom. Finally, trusting myself to live life on my own terms, in spite of unmet expectations, I've managed to lovingly channel my creativity and my intuitive gifts into my life, creating something that's completely perfect and right for me. And that's what I would hope for every woman. As a certified Beautiful You life coach, self-love mentor, and a holistic therapist, I'm here to remind you that all of the love and the answers that you may be seeking lie within you. Despite years of social conditioning that may tell you otherwise, you have got wisdom that runs deeper. Nobody knows what's best for you. You are the guru of you. You have all the answers. It's just sometimes we need to unlock those answers within us, and it can take time and patience. We can't change the world by wishing and hoping that these expectations will disappear, but we can change the way we feel about ourselves. We can change the way we make decisions. We can make choices that support us rather than sabotage us. We can stand up and be counted beyond the categories that we don't fit into. And I don't know about you, but I'm quite happy not to feel limited by these paradigms to a certain degree, at least. While we're waiting for the rest of the world to catch up, we can change the world within us. We can envisage and create a life of unimaginable joy and freedom, passion and purpose that's not only inspiring for us, but could also be inspiring and motivational for those around us. So rather than simply dream about this, let's do something about it together. To get these conversations started, my intention for this podcast series was to shatter myths and explore and let go of damaging stereotypes while providing inspiring examples of women who are building lives beyond biological mothering. I've been speaking to some amazing women around the world just like you. Welcome to Unclassified Woman. You can find out more details at michellemariemcgrath.com. And I'm so looking forward to going on this journey with you. Thank you.
Unclassified Woman.